get ready with me to go have a session with a client. This is going to be a mentorship client, and I love her. When it comes to my work, which is blending spirituality, energy work, inner healing work, and like wellness, health, psychology stuff, sometimes all people need is one session ever. Like sometimes, and this is how my work was in the beginning, sometimes they would come sit with me and I would show them whatever their field needed to tell them, and along with some advice from their guides and from just my health and wellness background, and help them plot out where to go. And for a lot of people, that's all they ever needed. And for the first few years, that's all I ever did. And then over time, you see that not all projects, whether it be a healing that you're doing or something that you're creating, not all of them are one and done things. Sometimes it takes a long time to do stuff. And also for people who come to me to help with their ritualistic and spiritual work in the other realms, if you know, that stuff takes a while sometimes. In my experience, when it comes to big manifestation stuff, if it's like one that you really push off really hard, whether it be whatever method you use, vision boarding, affirmation, spell work, whatever, the general rule that I've seen is they work anywhere from 2 months. Like that's the soonest I've seen stuff come through in fruition, with the occasional exception. Sometimes it comes in right away, but generally I'll give it 2 to a couple years. Like I've just manifested something in the past couple months that was a specific readout from a specific visual practice that I manifested for 20 seconds a day for a few months, and it did happen right after that, and then it happened again just recently, and I knew that was an old manifestation that I was down to keep doing. I'm always down to keep doing those. It was something for work, but I didn't specifically pull it in at the time. I was just doing other vibe raising practices so that random stuff floating around to bless me up could pop in. Anyways, I adore this client. We've worked together for a couple years, and even just in the time that we've worked together, I'm so proud of her because I have specifically seen her have occurrences and move through them and get to the other side and manifest a better life for herself the whole time we've been working together. It's just gotten better and better and better, and this is a person with a real life and real stuff that has happened. And it continues to happen, and I really enjoy being a provider of balance and nourishment and wisdom and knowledge and assistance to help people do a life that they love and be able to move through old stuff that they're carrying, like through their genetics. And I will say, and these are the more somewhat frustrating parts of this work, honestly, that sometimes stuff is ancestral, like it didn't originate with you. A lot of stuff is ancestral that we go through. It's still our responsibility and our honor to heal it, but we can't even blame ourselves for it because it started with our great grandparents or whatever. So that's one of the more frustrating but real parts. Another one is freaking divine timing. Divine timing has pissed me off many a time in my own personal life and also in my work with others. It's nice that it all makes sense after the fact, rawr. And yay, we're grateful for being alive at this planet at this time and all. I think that the key is to be able to recognize what's going on and to surf whatever's here with as much grace and gratitude as possible, because that's how the universe loves us back easiest, I think. I feel like a little more spiritual awareness is always good to have, especially if that's something that's calling you. And it's also very true that some people do not have a spiritual calling at all and are totally good moving through the world on a purely physical level, or just going with whatever their church teaches them, which also is a beautiful way to do it, I think, so long as you're pure of heart and your intention. One of the things that can happen along a spiritual journey, and this is kind of a stage in the process, so it happens to everyone, but I think the point is to get out of it as fast as you can or evolve past it, is the idea that everyone should be spiritual like you are. Like, just because it's something that opens us up and feels great to us doesn't mean that it would do that to everybody else. In fact, a little bit of tea from my lore is I have learned the hard way that if you wake people up too fast, it can be harmful for them. And who wants to cause stuff that then you have to go back and heal? Better just do it the right way the first time. And be cautious and let the universe come back and meet you too. In closing, I will say this, because it starts in 1 minute. The one piece of magic, and it is true on all levels. Psychologically, it's true. Physically, it's true. Metaphysically, it's true. Spiritually, it's true. Is if you practice gratitude, if you make a habit of your day to practice gratitude, gamify it, get it in on your ego, say, oh, I'm doing better if I do my gratitudes 3 times a day. That is the closest thing to real, actual, true movie magic that I've ever seen that you can control. I mean, I've seen crazy stuff, but we can't necessarily call it up. But you can call up gratitude, and it helps you on every single level. So if you've gotten this far, thanks for hanging out with me. And also, try it. Try it for a week and see the magic that comes in. All right, love y'all. Bye.